you all know, this coming Friday is the anniversary of the legendary Battle of Stars Hollow.
He's turning red.
What are you talking about? 12 guys stood in a row all night.
Waiting for the red coat.
Who never showed?
Now just a
12 guys stood in a row all night waiting for an enemy that never showed. They got stood up. They should have been wearing prom dresses.
I'd like to open the meeting up for miscellaneous issues.
I have an issue.
Who are you?
The town troubadour.
The what?
You've seen him, Taylor, with his guitar.
Right, the guitar.
Yes, he plays on all the street corners.
He loiters on street corners.
We're two peas in a pod, Luke.
Scary thought, Taylor.
The charges against your nephew are numerous. He stole the Save the Bridge money.
He gave that back.
He stole a gnome from Babette's garden.
Pierpont was also returned.
He hooted one of my dance classes.
He took a garden hose from my yard.
My son said he set off the fire alarms at school last week.
I heard he controls the weather and wrote the screenplay to Glitter.
My issue, ladies and gentlemen, is in the form of a grievance against this hirsute hippie who opened a produce stand in the park. I demand that this man produce his permit post-haste.
Got it right here.
This is not the proper permit for this kind of business. This is a cart kiosk permit.
Why did you say it twice?
It's repetitive.
And redundant.
It's repetitive.
And redundant.
I'd like to bring up the final point of business, and that is a certain citizen's desire to open an old-fashioned soda shop in town.
Whoa. This shop is based on the original soda shop that was in town 80 years ago. Don't you see? You are preventing the town
From moving backwards. Who here wants to do that?
We like ice cream.
You want that thing?
With the cherry.
Be ready to pay through the nose.
We'll talk terms. Now, that weird, taciturn fellow who's always walking around with his backpack has put in an absurd request to stage a protest in the town square.
What's he protesting, Taylor?
Well, that's not indicated here, but it doesn't matter because protesting is not allowed in the town square. Period. It's un-American.
You mean like the Revolutionary War?
And Rosa Parks.
That's different. They were against the British and buses. No one likes the British or buses. The deer population in this town is reaching monstrous proportions.
Leave him alone, Taylor.
But they're taking over the town. We need to institute partial elimination.
You want to kill the little romping Bambis?
People, do I have to detail the problems that these deer cause?
No, but you will.
Lyme disease, auto accidents, plane accidents?
We have flying deer?
Oh, that's scary.
Yeah, those ones you can snuff.
I very quickly want to tell you what we have in mind for this beautiful Dragonfly property.
How many guest rooms will this establishment have?
10.
How many parking spaces?
18.
I heard you were planning to serve alcohol. Is this true?
Wine, cocktails, give the people what they want.
So it'll be a party spot, huh?
No.
Hip hoppers, the Manson family?
Have you noticed that this is not going very well?
One lucky town in Connecticut gets to host the Festival of Living Pictures. We hosted it 7 years ago, successfully, I might add.
Yeah, it was a blast.
Definitely.
And I offered Stars Hollow to be the host. How does that sound?
Ooh.
Yeah, sign us up.
Yeah, Taylor, you finally did something right.
The possible negative ramifications of the inn owner and diner owner dating.
That's us.
And we need to carefully consider whether or not we can support this.
God.
We're sitting right here.
Yes, we see you, Luke, and as a member of the town, you are welcome to voice your opinion.
Voice my...
Think of the consequences. What will happen when the relationship goes sour, as, let's face it, most of Lorelai's relationships do?
Hey.
Next item, the matter of the town's Stars Hollow versus land parcel 11423-A. Is the parcel holder present?
Just tell me what the hell's wrong with my greenhouse.
It's built too close to the edge of your property.
It's miles away from the edge of my property.
There's a simple solution if you want to hear it.
I do, yes.
Just move it over 6 inches.
Oh, well, you should have just said that before.
Perhaps I should have.
Just move the greenhouse over 6 inches.
That's right.
Good thing I built it on wheels so I could just scooch it over.
Oh, it's on wheels?
No, it's not on wheels!
She's right over there in the corner.
Why is it so dark in here?
The town meeting is now in session.
It's the matter of the estate of the late Joshua Twickham. His will stipulates that the house is to be converted into a museum. So we're going to need strong volunteers to make this dream a reality. Luke, don't come to these things just to mock our business.
I'm not mocking anything, I'm volunteering.
After you threw a frying pan in my head.
The thing slipped out of my hand.
Right after you said, quote, you better duck, Taylor, because I'm going to throw this frying pan at your head.
You threw a frying pan at Taylor's head without me there? I hate you.
I'm proposing changing our street names back to what they were at Stars Hollow's founding.
I think it would be kind of cool.
Well, thank you, Lorelai, for your sound opinion. I think it's one of my better ideas.
I agree. It's not like the time you guaranteed the tourists a mosquito-free summer and then released hundreds of bats all over town.
Or how about when he was trying to attract families to visit the town by driving his van around other towns and beckoning kids with candy?
That was dumb.
Really dumb.
So we're saying this is a good idea. People, we have a tremendous problem that needs our immediate attention.
Where the hell are you, Taylor?
I'm at my sister's in Maine. Anyway, let's cut to the chase. I run the Winter Carnival. It's this weekend, and I am snowed in. We have never had to cancel a carnival, and it's absolutely impossible for me to get back into town to run it.
Kurt, could you take it over?
Sure.
Great. Anything else, Taylor?
Come on, let's get you to bed.
I'm gonna fall back asleep and dream about running Taylor over in that car I was looking at.
Oh, is there enough room to put his body in the trunk?
3.5 tons of pickles and pickle brine were scattered along the track. Those pickles had been baking in the sun for 3 days. Now, there's no telling how long it will last.
What people are suffering here?
How long does it take to pick up a few measly pickles?
Picking up the pickles is not my main concern at the moment. Now, take, for instance, the hay bale maze. It's coming along wonderfully.
It's taken over the whole town.
What do you mean?
There's hay everywhere. I haven't seen so much hay since... I have never in my life seen so much hay.
Where the hell is my damn lemonade booth?
The budget for the lemonade booth has been reallocated to the hay bale maze.
What about Maury's salty nuts?
The budget for the salty nuts booth has been reallocated to the hay bale maze.
We spent the entire budget on the hay bale maze. No.
I put the entire budget into the hay bale maze.
No, none of us gets to go to Rory's graduation.
Clearly, you dropped the ball.
I didn't. They get 4 per kid. That's how it works. What could I do? I tried. Look, I'm sorry, okay? But you'll all get a chance to congratulate her at the graduation party I'm having at my house in a week.
Absolutely not. Your house is not zoned for any gatherings larger than 15 people. We'll do it in the town square.
Oh, that sounds...
Okay, they're going.
Good, let's get this meeting going.
Once again, this is not a meeting per se. We have already broken several Robert's Rules of Order.
So don't tell Robert.
Yeah, besides, Taylor, isn't it worth breaking the rules over? It is Rory, for God's sake.
Who's gonna do the food?
I got hot dogs and hamburgers on a couple of big grills in the square, and Suki's got the rest covered.
I assume you have obtained permits to use 2 large grills with open flame on our town square. You people are violating town ordinances left and right. This is highly irregular.
Dude, you're who's highly irregular.
Now, as many of you know, a big Hollywood movie is being filmed in our neighboring town of Woodbury. No, bad, because all the big-name stars of the movie are staying in Woodbury. But my little birds are telling me that a bunch of B-level actors are staying at the Dragonfly.
What does it matter who's staying at Lorelai's place, and how is that any of your business?
If you must know, our tax base is receding alarmingly. My same little birds are telling me that the A-listers are throwing money around Woodbury like there's no tomorrow. Matthew McConaughey buys 3 newspapers a day.
I am pleased to announce Stars Hollow, the musical.
I love that.
Sounds fun.
This will be an enchanting musical history of Stars Hollow. Book and lyrics by yours truly. Now, what I need from you tonight are volunteers for the musical's advisory committee. Who's in?
I think it sounds fun.
What does?
The advisory committee. I'm gonna volunteer for it.
You think you got the time?
8:30?
I think he asked you if you have the time.